What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce, and today is July 13th of 2022. You guys are out picking up your brand new comic books, diving into those amazing stories, but also picking up those amazing spec books. But guys, I'm already looking ahead to this upcoming weekend's final order cutoff and next week's new comic book day, trying to figure out what the best books to speculate on. And guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and dive into this week's comic book speculation recommendations video. Alright guys, we're going to dive into my 2 reminders that I give you guys each and every single week. But if you guys have seen this video series before, or you guys are seasoned speculators, go ahead and look down at the timestamps down in the description below and go ahead and skip ahead to final order cutoff speculation. But if you guys are new to this series, or new to this channel, or new to comic book speculation, stick around and hear my 2 reminders because they are very important to anyone new to speculation. Alright guys, so the first reminder that I have for you guys is that you guys have to do your own research. This is both for new and also veteran speculators. Do your own research. This is a speculation video. I am making some educated guesses on what I think is good speculation, but what you guys need to do is go check out the comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decision possible for yourself, because remember, you're spending your own hard-earned money on these books, not my money. Your money. And the second and final reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books, so sometimes a book will show up multiple times on final order cutoff speculation and multiple times on the new comic book day spec because its release date got pushed back for one reason or another, so there just are delays and we have to deal with it as speculators. But guys, those are both of my reminders. Let's go ahead and dive into final order cutoff speculation. Alright guys, it is time to dive into our final order cutoff speculation. And the first thing that we always do is we go over our cover lover picks. And after that, we're going to dive into all the books that have speculation coming out on this weekend's final order cutoff, which is July 17th for your DC and Scout books and July 18th for your Marvel and all the other indie titles. With all that said, let's go ahead and dive into my cover lover picks. Alright guys, I have 3 covers that I think you guys might want to consider for speculation, and the first one up is X-Men number 13, the Arthur Adams cover. This features Phoenix and it is just such a gorgeous cover. I think this book might sell well on the secondary market based on the cover art alone, and that is why it is a cover lover book. Alright guys, I actually lied. There are 3 more covers that I want to show, so a total of 4 are for my cover lover section for this upcoming weekend's final order cutoff, but they're all for the same series, and I am talking about Wind Thrown in the Sky number 1. Now this is the second volume of this series. I am super excited. Back in 2021, there was a little bit of news that this series might be optioned in the future. So guys, do not sleep on this series. This is the second volume of this series and there are some amazing covers. The first cover that I want to show you guys is the cover B Greg Capullo. Now there is a cover D version of this as well, which is the foil variant of this cover. It's gorgeous, it's amazing, it's Greg Capullo. I also like the cover C, which is done by the main artist, Michael Delanis. It's such an amazing cover. But they just released the image today because I was on the previews website yesterday and they didn't have this image out. This is for the cover J, the FOC reveal variant done by Peach Momoko. This cover is amazing. I love this cover. This is Peach Momoko at her best. This is such a gorgeous cover. Guys, do not sleep on this series. If this series does get optioned, you will see a rise in all these amazing variant covers. So pick these up now. Come on. Greg Capullo, Michael Delanis, Peach Momoko, all doing great covers. So those are my 4 cover lover picks for this upcoming weekend's final order cutoff. Let's go ahead and dive into all the books that have speculation coming out on this weekend's final order cutoff. Alright guys, the first book that has speculation is Love Everlasting number 1. In this ongoing romance series, a woman discovers that she is trapped in an endless cycle, a problem to be solved, a man to marry, and every time she falls in love, she disappears into another teary saga. Now this is written by Tom King, and that is what I think the speculation on this book is. Is this going to be a good Tom King book or a bad Tom King book? Alright, next up is Deceased War of the Undead Gods number 1. This is an 8-issue limited series continuing the Deceased alternate reality zombie franchise in the DC universe. Next up is Avengers 1 Million BC number 1. Now this is the origin of Thor, but this is a retcon story of his birth. Next up is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 of 5. This is the first appearance of the new Spider UK. Next up is Iron Cat number 3. This is the debut of the new / upgraded Iron Cat armor. Next up is Star Wars number 26. The solicitation says Lady Quar, I believe that's how you say it, has activated her sleeper agents across the galaxy. And last up is a cool little indie title called Samurai Doggy number 1. After the Fourth War of the Sun, Doggy was left for dead, but now seeks revenge against the greatest empire of machines and robots that has ever existed. Just a cool little indie book to end out the comic book spec for this upcoming weekend's final order cutoff. I'm gonna go back over this list real quick and I'll let you guys know what my final order cutoff spec pick of the week is. Alright guys, after going over that list one more time, there was one book that I think you guys might want to consider speculating on, and that is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, with the first appearance of the new Spider UK. Now, why do I think you guys might want to consider speculating on this book? Well, it's because new Spider characters seem to do well on the secondary market once they're introduced, because a lot of people seem to like to speculate, are they going to be in the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie? And who knows, maybe there's going to be a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 3, and they're going to need new Spider characters, and this character right here could be one of the new characters that they put in that film. So is this a long-term spec hold? Yes, it is. Because who knows, is a Spider-Man UK character ever going to show up on the small screen or big screen? Who knows? But you know what? I think this is probably the best spec of the week. So if you did want to speculate on a book, I would go with Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 with the first appearance of the new Spider UK. Alright guys, with our final order cutoff spec all out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into my new comic book day spec picks for July 20th of 2022. Just like final order cutoff, we're first going to go over my cover lover picks, and then we're going to dive into whatever books I think might do well on the secondary market in my main spec for new comic book day. So let's go ahead and dive into my new comic book day cover lover picks. Alright guys, one thing that I love about my new comic book day cover lover picks is that a lot of the exclusive variants that were not available on final order cutoff are available for me to show you now. So guys, strap in because there are some really good covers to go over this week. Alright guys, so the first book up is Star Wars Darth Vader number 25, the Rod Reese variant. Guys, this cover makes Darth Vader look so amazing. I love this cover. I might pick it up just because this cover is so goddamn awesome. And the next cover is obviously going to be Catwoman number 45, the Sozomaka 1 in 25. Sozomaka just continues to crush the covers for Catwoman. This is such a gorgeous cover. I love it. And all of her Catwoman covers have done well on the secondary market. And I don't think the train is going to stop now. I think this cover is going to do well. So guys, talk to your local LCS and get them to secure you a copy of the 1 in 25 if you've not already talked to them and did that already. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on. The next one up is Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day number 1, the David Nakayama Unknown Comics exclusive variant cover featuring Emma Frost. There is a trade dress any version for this, but the version is so much better than the trade dress, and David Nakayama just seems to be elevating his game recently, especially with these X-Men covers. They are just so gorgeous. Alright guys, next up is going to be Spider-Gwen Gwenverse number 4, the 1 in 100 Peach Momoko design variant. It seems all the design variants for this series done by Peach Momoko have done well on the secondary market, and this one features Gwen Thor. So if you guys are into this, go ahead and pick this up. I think the only one that I really liked was the Wolverine one. This one really doesn't do it for me, but guys, let me know down in the comments, have you guys been enjoying these covers? Have you picked these covers up? That's even more important. Alright guys, let's go ahead and continue. We have 2 covers left, and they're both for the same title, and that is Skybound X number 25, the Cover E 1 in 10 incentive cover done by Ryan Audley featuring Battle Beast. This is a sketch cover and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Ryan Audley's line work is so amazing. And the last cover is also Skybound X number 25, done by James Herron. This is the San Diego Comic-Con foil exclusive variant, also featuring Battle Beast. This is just such a cool character and he looks amazing in both of these covers. Those are all my cover lover picks. Let's go ahead and dive into my main spec for this upcoming new comic book day. Alright guys, it is time to dive into my new comic book day spec picks, but if you guys have the Key Collector app and you went to the Future Keys section, you would see that the Key Collector app has 14 books that have speculation. And in my opinion, there's really only one book that you guys might want to consider based on actual spec, and that is Black Adam number 2, with the first appearance of Malik Adam as Bolt. And he becomes this character after Black Adam gives him the Shazam power. Now why does he do this? Because Black Adam has lost his immortality and he wants to pass on his power before he passes away, and he gives it to his last descendant, which is Malik Adam. Now with the Black Adam movie coming out in a few months time, I think this character could find some interest. And if you guys read issue number 1, you guys will see that this character is written for kids of today. He says a lot of words like she sheesh, and other things, which I think kids of today could find really cool. He is grounded in today. Kids will actually, I think, really like this character, and that is another reason why I think this character might do well on the secondary market in the future, because kids, our kids, might like this character because they can relate to him. Alright guys, that is the one and only book that I think you guys might want to consider speculating on. Guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, it is the end of the video. You guys have made it to the very, very end, and that means you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for sticking around this far into the video. Now, if you guys made it this far, do one more thing for me. Guys, leave a comment down below, letting me know if you liked any of the books I spoke about in today's video. Also, if there's a book that I missed that you really like for speculation purposes, guys, let me know down in the comments below. It is one of the best things to help me become a better speculator and make these videos better each and every single week. And guys, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. And last but not least, if you guys are not channel members, you guys can become a channel member just for $4.99 a month, and you guys will get an entry into our end of the month giveaway, which is a box full of $50 worth of comic books or comic book merchandise. Alright guys, that is it for this video. The next 10 seconds are for my amazing channel members. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.